What's up, everybody? It's Lloyd Dixon coming at you with another question. The question today is it okay to call a girl? So in this day and age, in the 21st century, everyone's sliding into the DMs, everyone's sending text messages, everyone's sending, posts, Instagram posts, this, that, and the other, and sending snaps. Does anyone talk on the phone these days? Well, the answer, of course, is yes. I think talking on the phone is actually a really great tool, especially if you're trying to establish a better connection with somebody. If you've been on a couple dates with this person and you want to make sure that you're staying in her head, and you want to establish like you want to get a step above of what the usual guy does, a phone call is really where it's at, especially if she's getting towards the age of 30 and 30 above. Women at that age are usually going to love a phone call because it actually, it's more personal. You can actually hear their voice. It's definitely more of a person-to-person connection, where text messages, you don't really get that. Sometimes you can have a text conversation with someone for, dude, back in the day, I used to have conversations with girls that I was trying to sleep with for I think one girl who I was messaging with, we were going back and forth for like a year. Like, it would be on and off. She would hit me up and then nothing would happen. But every time I, picked up the phone to call her or tried to make plans, it never came through. And the reason why is because she just wanted to keep me in this one, at this one level, which wasn't a level that was going to be someone that she met in person. So I think if you're looking to test someone and see if they're comfortable enough with you or whether it's worth pursuing, I think a phone call could be really good. One of the techniques that you like to use for talking on the phone is sometimes conversations, if you're just talking about what you did during the day, or what happened at work, or maybe something's going on. Sometimes you got to listen to one person talk for a while, or it might seem a little bit boring. What I like to do is I like to be maybe a little bit distracted while I'm on the phone. If I'm cooking something, that's a good time. Or the best thing for me is when I'm driving and I'm stuck in traffic. When I used to work at a software company, I used to commute to work every day. So I would have about a half-hour commute there and back, and during that half hour, if there was a girl that I really liked, I would usually give her a phone call during that period of time. And if she was free, we would just talk about random shit. And you don't have to make the conversation like hilarious, or I wouldn't be pressured to talk about something crazy or anything. You don't have to bring out the super game for this conversation. It's just a thing where you can kind of connect with the person, be there for them, listen to them, and that's really what I think is gonna establish that better connection. Because like when women talk with each other, it's not so much about them getting information or them helping each other out, which is kind of the way it is for guys. It's more of just being there and taking the time to be with somebody and establish a better social bond. So that's one of the reasons why I think having a phone call is really great. Obviously, it's a mixed bag. I think if you get more towards the younger girls, where they're around their early 20s and below, like even 18, like I don't even know if I've talked to a few 18-year-old girls on the phone, and a lot of them are real nervous. They tend not to do it because everyone's texting and sending messages. But if they're really comfortable with you and you talk to them on the phone and they can, finally start to relax, dude, you're gonna be a much higher step up than the average guy. Especially with Facetiming and everything. Usually if we're messaging back and forth and it's just like, why don't we just FaceTime for a little bit? I'll do that. And that can be a pretty fun thing because you get to see the person's face, you get to hear their voice, and again, establishing a much better connection. The other time I call people a lot is if I'm making plans and I'm trying to meet up with somebody. If you're out and about and you're having drinks or whatever at the bars and stuff, and you're trying to meet up with someone, if they don't pick up the phone, that's usually kind of a good sign that it's probably not going to happen that night, or whatever it is. And if you're trying to convince someone to come over, usually talking on the phone is a little bit better, because then you can it's just better. They feel like it's more personal, and then you can find out what's going on, and all the information gets transferred a lot quicker. I think that's what I got. I usually, if I'm going to have a long phone conversation with someone, I maybe give them a little bit of a warning. Say that, hey, you free later? And then you just give them a call during that period of time. Because sometimes, especially with the young girls, like they'll get a phone call and they'll just look at their phone, wait for the phone call to end, and then they'll text back, "Hey, what's up?" Even I do that to sometimes to people that I don't want to talk to. So maybe just a little bit of warning would help out with that. Anyway, that's all I got. But why don't you guys tell me what you think about talking to girls on the phone? Do you think it's worthwhile? Do you think it's outdated? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any more questions, let me know what you thought. And yeah, any more questions, I'd be happy to answer. Good luck out there, you guys.